attractive, psychotic lover. This one, I'm gonna be honest, this one is a primal desire. Perfect example, we got Joker with Harley Quinn. The thing with these type of dudes is they create so much mental trauma in a woman's mind. Trauma bonds are very real. A lot of people don't want to talk about this because, it's just a negative thing in life, I guess. But people are extremely bonded. Right? Stockholm syndrome, it's easy for people to be bonded to people who give them trauma, especially if they mix it in with love. When people mix abuse with love, for whatever reason, it causes the victims to be extremely attached to them. Obviously, you shouldn't do this because you're going to go to jail and it's not a good thing to do. But these type of people, they do seem to inflict some type of primal desire in women. Of course, not always, but especially if the woman's a little bit damaged already, like Harley Quinn, she was a little bit damaged. So Joker, he did his stuff. It was raps. All right, next we have nonchalant. So the nonchalant, I ain't gonna lie, the nonchalant, it just creates sexual attention. It's not, everyone thinks, oh, if you're nonchalant, you're gonna get all the girls. The beauty of the person who's nonchalant is the problems, right? Because women are going to constantly try to do stuff to try to get you out of character. So they're gonna do stuff like mess with you, talk about you or something, like kind of just being annoying because they're trying to test your emotional control. The nonchalant guy is completely unfazed. And then with this cause, she's gonna be like, how come he wasn't reacting to this? You don't even care. When you hear that, bro, you just know you're doing the right, you're perfecting the nonchalant. She's gonna be like, why don't you even care, when she's kind of acting a little bit crazy? And this isn't me saying that only women act crazy. Men act crazy too. But I date women, so I don't know all that. But yes, this does create sexual attention. But being nonchalant won't just suddenly make a woman like you. What I mean is, she has to already have attraction to you, and then the nonchalantness makes her like you more. Now the key is, if you go too far with this, you become emotionally unavailable, and if you're completely emotionally unavailable, she might not get attached to you in the first place. All right, next we have money bags. Bro, money bags, he's date material. If you lead, so the money bags, he's leading with his money. So you lead with your money, that's what she's gonna see. People are going to see what you present as your main source of value. So is she attracted to the money bag guy? Not really. I mean, women are actually attracted to money in the sense of, you have money, now she gonna be on time, and that's not exactly how it works. Now she's attracted to security and protection, all that type of stuff, especially as she gets older. But she's really just seeing you as date material, or just someone to just take money from, because that's all you're leading with. All right, next we have the crash out. So the crash out, so I'm gonna put this one low key. There is some primal desire here, I'm not gonna lie to you. Now obviously this depends on the type of woman. Some women aren't going to be that attracted to crash outs because they're like, it's just stupid. But the women who are attracted to crash outs, it creates a primal desire, because for example, if they grew up and the crash outs had a lot of status, it's a status coded thing to be a crash out. Like dang, bro, he crashed out, he didn't care at all, and that also is attractive, because the crash out, he doesn't think about the future. He doesn't think about, like, everyone knows the Pooh Shiesty Gucci Mane situation. I don't know if he did or not, who knows, but theoretically, allegedly, right? Was he thinking, I'm not gonna get out of this contract if I put a gun to Gucci Mane's face? And on top of that, he had security who is former police, so they finna report this. So after I do this, now I'm potentially going to have to go to jail for a long time. So the crash out, he doesn't think about the consequences. He just does it. And women, let's be honest, that is attractive, because this person is not worried about other people's opinions, and they're just doing what they want to do. So it does strike a primal desire, but not in all women, only some. All right, next we have Prince Charming. So Prince Charming, this is husband material. Prince Charming, he's kind of like a Boy Scout. But what the Prince Charming really is, because people look at Superman, they look at, Prince Charming, they look at husband material as somebody who is just completely a goody two shoes. That's not the case. The Prince Charming is like, they're like 80% nice guy, but then they're like 20% like toxic. That's what makes them key. Because if you press Superman and make him get to that point, he's gonna crash out. He's gonna stop holding back. And at the end of the day, women, they don't want someone who's just a joker. They don't want like primal desire. A woman is not gonna stay in a long-term relationship with anyone in primal desire. So the Prince Charming, he can crash out. Superman can crash out if you test him. If Doomsday comes to the planet, he crashing out. If you mess with his wife, he's crashing out. But if not, most of the time he's not nice, but he's good. And on top of that, he's also strong. So that's the thing. He's still strong. He's still a man. At the end of the day, you gotta respect him. All right, next we have the people pleaser. I'm sorry, this is forever alone. Forever alone. So it's almost impossible. Not impossible, because there's different types of women, but it's almost impossible for most women to even be attracted to someone who's just a people pleaser, because she's gonna see it as fake, because that's how it appears. If she says, hey, you want to go here, and it's like, yeah, if you answer all her questions with yes, she's gonna start to think like, dang, can he even say no? Does he say no to anyone? People pleasers look like they have no standards. And also the thing is, sometimes a woman, of course men do this too, but sometimes someone will treat you negatively and then they'll still ask you for something. And if you still do what they ask after they treated you negatively, they're not going to respect you the same. And the people pleasers constantly do this. So they constantly lose respect. And if a woman don't respect you, I don't know what she's gonna do with you, but she's not gonna date you. All right, next we have the athlete. This one, I mean, it depends like how high it can go, but definitely can be husband material. Because athletes, first of all, physical prowess. You know what I'm saying? The physicality of being an athlete in and of itself. And then two, status. You have camaraderie, you have brothers. So women are attracted to dudes who are in groups. Dudes who have friends, because it shows that they're a social person. And obviously they're attracted to dudes who are muscular. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you have muscles and she looks at them, she's going to like looking at them. One thing leads to another. All right, next we have the jester. Jester, bro, forever alone. I mean, look, forever alone. She's not even dating you. You're just her friend. When you did jester, that's why I got Beast Boy here. He's always trying to make people laugh and all that. There's a way to make women laugh. You can even make fun of yourself sometimes. I'm not saying you can't. But the problem is the type of jokes that the jester is making, they don't create tension. They diffuse tension. And there are some times where you need to joke to diffuse tension, but sometimes, a lot of times with women, you want to create tension. That's what is the butterflies. That's the emotion. That's what makes them actually want to talk to you. If there's no tension, you're just going to be relying purely on your physical presence. And even in your physical presence, there is some tension, because you're like, okay, what can he do with this? So you don't want to ruin all the tension. And that's what the jester normally does. All right, next we have the tragic champion. This one, to me, I'm not gonna lie, bro. This one is a primal desire. Because what is the tragic champion? This is a person who has been through a traumatic event in their life that has basically made them almost incapable of fully trusting other people and fully opening up to other people. But they're still a champion, so they still are still a fair, they're not evil, still a fair, good person. Because women love, when someone isn't giving a woman all of their love and all their attention, women want to know why. And they want to try to pry this open. Because dudes just give all their love to women flippantly. A lot of dudes are SpongeBob. They're people pleasers. So, take my love. So when she meets someone who's like he wants to give her. That's the thing. The tragic champion, he wants to love her. Part of him wants to love her, but he can't, because he's had stuff happen to him, and women want to fix these guys. So it's gonna strike a primal desire. Is it gonna be husband material? I mean, it could be, but that's only if she's also extremely damaged. If not, eventually the woman is like, if not, it's not even that the woman won't be attracted to him. The tragic champion is gonna just ruin the relationship eventually. Our next, we have high status guy. This is husband material. So the difference between the status of an athlete and just this guy is the high status guy could be like a doctor, politician. So the thing is, you have some type of power in your environment, and that is attractive because it shows capability, shows you can get stuff done. And also, like, let's be for real, most women want to be with the dude who can dominate them to a certain extent. And if you have a high status job, you're a politician, you're low-key leading a bunch of different dudes, you're delegating to a lot of dudes, so you already have those type of characteristics about you. Our next, we have the smart and the hood dude. So this one is actually husband material. So I got like James St. Patrick from Power here. So it don't even have to be smart and hood, I guess. It could be like smart. And yeah, smart and hood is a good example, because these type of people, they have street smarts, but they also have book smarts. And women want a guy who can survive in both worlds. Because at the end of the day, women do want to feel a sense of protection. So she wants to feel like when she's with her dude, she could really go anywhere. Now, in reality, none of us are Superman, so there's some places that we just can't go unless we know someone over there. But she just wants to have that feeling, and that guy can give her that feeling, which, depending on the woman, it could be husband material. Or next, we have the group leader. The group leader is also going to be in husband material. And this is why low key, I ain't gonna lie. Nah, this is primal desire. And this is why you gotta be careful. If you're not the leader of a place, don't bring your girl there. Like, if you do mixed martial arts and you're not one of the best guys, like you're not one of the 3 best guys in the gym, do not bring your girl there. That is so silly. Unless you met her at the gym and she know how to fight and she already knows you're not the best in the gym, then yeah, you could date her. She already knows you're not the best. She already knows what fighting is. She understands it. So she's not going to view you differently. But if not, you don't want to bring your girl in a position where she's seeing another guy just completely, you're subservient to them, right? And on the flip side, if you're the guy who is, you're the leader of the gym, you're the best guy, yeah, bring your girl, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're the leader of a team, the captain of the football team, or if you're, maybe a manager at work, she's going to look up to you because she can see your leadership qualities, and it's just going to create a primal desire because you're the chief. You're the chief in that group. Now, obviously, it has to be a group that's respected. If you're the group leader of the goon club, I don't even know, like, she's not going to care. Like, if you're the group leader of, like, the chess club, no disrespect, I love chess, but is she really going to care? If she likes chess, maybe she will. So it just has to be something, an activity that she finds respectable and, in her mate. That's pretty much it for the type of guys that women find attractive. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Appreciate y'all.